Hello guys, Jack and Wasp and I'm back here and I'm doing another video, but this time I'm going to go over the Nintendo Direct that they had just yesterday. I kind of want to sort of go over the highlights, kind of like I did with the Xbox One, go over the highlights of the different ones, kind of what I give my thoughts on it and how well I think it went, and kind of highlight some of the things that they ended up sharing with us and whatnot. So first I will give some of my just general thoughts on it. To me, it was actually really good. I mean, they are honestly probably I would say they probably had the best presentation, the best presence at E3, and with their Nintendo Direct with it. Like, I definitely enjoyed the Xbox One just for me personally more, but I can definitely recognize that Nintendo actually had a general overall better. They had a better presence and better showing, really. Just because they had so many things that they just either announced a release date for it, or said, hey, this is coming, or they announced a release date for it, or they said, hey, you can pick it up today. There's so many different little things that they actually ended up adding, and a ton of actual gameplay they actually ended up showing for each one of them as well. So I'm going to go down through here. Man, this is a little page I had kind of doing a little overall kind of overview of what they did at E3 this year with their direct there here. So this was actually at the very end of it. They actually revealed that they are working on a sequel to Breath of the Wilds. That's actually pretty cool. I didn't actually finish Breath of the Wild myself. I did enjoy what I actually played with it. So I'm kind of looking forward to that one. I may end up going back to it. It's just one of those things where it's just so huge and whatnot. Fortunately, I have a somewhat of a short attention span sometimes. And even though a game may be actually be really fun, I tend to kind of, if it's goes on for so long, I just happen to move on to something else and just kind of falling off of it, not really getting back to it. But I have actually picked up Breath of the Wild a few times and started back playing it. But it's nice to see that they, actually confirmed and said, hey, they were going to make a sequel to it. So I know a lot of people were looking forward to that. And I know especially a friend of mine, he's definitely going to be looking forward to that. He absolutely loved Breath of the Wild and just about everything about it. It was pretty cool there. So they also went over and gave us a new trailer for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. They showed off a little bit more of the X-Men. They showed off some more gameplay, and they actually even revealed some more characters that are going to be reveal more characters that are actually going to be in an expansion pass. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, but at the same time, it's a bit iffy to me, honestly. Like, this is just me personally. I was honestly a little bit disappointed right when it was first announced. Marvel Ultimate Alliance is like, oh yeah, it's Marvel Ultimate Alliance. It's like, yes, but then it's going to be dealing with Thanos again. I'm like, I'm just, me personally, I'm starting to get kind of burnt out and tired of that. But it's also just them, looks like they're focusing mostly on a lot of the characters that were the more popular ones now in general. So that was a little bit disappointing to me, but honestly, the more I see it, the more I am looking forward to it. I'm not a huge fan of, how the graphics look in that, but it's still, I am perfectly okay with it in general. It's still not enough to keep me from going, this is going to be a complete terrible game or anything like that. It's something I did play 1 and 2, so I'm definitely looking forward to possibly playing 3 at some point. And the expansion pass, they did end up showing that they're going to have, I do believe it was the Fantastic Four, some more X-Men, and then also, let me see if I can go in it here. I think it was right down here. Let's go in here, and the expansion pass is going to be the Fantastic Four, X-Men, and Marvel Knights. So you can see some of them right there as well. Ghost Riders is definitely a nice addition that they would eventually add there, but it's still pretty cool seeing him, that he's either going to be in the game or going to be added later on somewhere in there. So that's nice to see. I remember actually liked him in some of the older ones, so I see him kind of coming back, even though it's just kind of an expansion pass, but, at least he's going to be coming. So that's what they showed there. And after I went through there, they did talk about Pokemon Sword and Shield. They kind of show a little bit more about that one as well, and you can actually even, looks like you have some kind of, there's a way that they actually end up integrating the Pokemon Go Plus, the little Pokeball you can take with you. That's going to have some kind of function in the game as well. And they're going to be, I believe they said you can kind of want to say they said you can take a Pokemon with you, and then kind of bring it back and forth between the games somewhere in there. So that's kind of neat, a little bit interesting. One of the things they did show in the beginning was Luigi's Mansion 3. That actually, I haven't actually played any of the other ones. I'll be honest with you, I haven't played Luigi's Mansion 1 or 2. But from what they showed, it actually looks pretty fun. This one does look fun as well. They have a little bit of a co-op with they call him Guigi, apparently. Another player can take control of him and kind of help out and help solve puzzles and do like basically just like do everything and be cooperative, of course. So they announced something like that as well. They did also say there is going to be an 8-player co-op mode, and they also showed off some different little abilities that you could actually do with this new gadget that he had for capturing and getting the ghosts and that. So that was actually pretty cool. That was nice to see someone there. They gave us a little bit more of a look at Link's Awakening, and one of the things they actually showed us, I was actually surprised. I think it was almost a surprise to just about everybody, is it's going to have kind of like almost like not exactly Mario Maker, but like a sort of a dungeon maker sort of mode in there where you can, it looks like what they had, like little rooms you can actually place and kind of make your own dungeons there, and you can actually explore the dungeons yourself and get rewards out of it that way. That's pretty cool, actually. I was not expecting them to do something like that with it, and it does look kind of neat having something like that actually within the game. And something that hopefully kind of we get to know a little bit more of, and something they kind of expand upon, I guess you could say. But you never know. Maybe if they see something like that, and they may actually make an actual standalone game for something like that. It would be pretty cool if they ended up doing that. But we'll have to wait to see. I have to wait to see how it goes. So here I'm going to just go in to just all the different games that they had showed on the list here. Astral Chain, they did show that off as well. They have a nice little trailer, and we actually also got a release date for it. It's going to be coming on August 30th. It's made by Platinum Games. So it's also something from everything I've seen. It actually looks really fun. It looks pretty cool, kind of stylish, but it's one that I'm kind of looking forward to. Something I don't know if I'll be able to completely play it when it comes out, but I'll definitely kind of be keeping an eye on it. And I know they did show some gameplay as well during their treehouse, the live treehouse there. They had some more of Mario Maker 2. They did also announce that the name is going to be, for the new Animal Crossing, is going to be Animal Crossing New Horizons, and it's been delayed to March 20th of next year. So it looks pretty cool. It looks like your general Animal Crossing fare. They have it. You start off on a deserted island, looks like, and you're just kind of building it up and sort of making it into a town. So that also looks pretty cool. They did a little Candace of Hyrule, Crypt the Necrodancer, featuring The Legend of Zelda. I'm honestly not really sure about that. I haven't really looked too much on that one there. It looked interesting, something that kind of looked with, almost like it was mixed between like a rhythm game and, I don't want to say like Dungeon Crawler, but something like kind of I'm not really sure what I'm trying to say there, but it definitely looked kind of interesting with what they showed there. I mean, it was a nice little game they had there. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I really recently just got into the Fire Emblem games, honestly, but I have enjoyed the ones I have played, and this one looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. They did give us a release date for it, and it is also coming out in July 26th for it, so that's pretty nice. They gave us a lot of release dates and just a lot of things that either it's going to be coming soon or, release now, that type of thing. But, with the way it's going, it's July, so I know September, and I do believe November. It's getting pretty packed in general. Also a little bit of August. We definitely have a few releases in August from some other games, and not necessarily just from Nintendo. They showed off Dragon Quest as well, the definitive edition of it, so that looks pretty cool. I haven't really played any of the Dragon Quest games, but they did actually end up showing that. It is nice that it's getting a sort of a definitive edition for it, and something I may kind of take a look at in the future. Dragon Quest Builders 2, they also showed that off, gave us a look at that, and I don't have it in my notes, I do believe. No, I don't. So let's go into it. and see, because I don't think they actually gave us a release date. And yep, July 12th. So that's also coming July 12th. For it, looks like it's, pretty much Dragon Quest, but, kind of a Minecraft version of Dragon Quest, I guess you could say. I'm not really sure how you would really describe that, honestly. Well, it looked interesting, with the different co-ops and whatnot. And it had a nice showing there at E3. So we go back and then go down to, they announced the No More Heroes 3. Had a nice little trailer for it. It's not, no release date or anything. It just mainly said it was now in development. So I know some people were kind of been looking forward to something like that as well. So they end up showing it. And it was mainly just a little trailer letting us know that, hey, this is coming and here you go. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. That was also pretty cool. They ended up showing it. It's one that's been kind of, I don't want to say it's been like kind of rumored a little bit. I know there have been some talks about it possibly coming. So they'll switch until they officially actually announced it. Coming, it's going to be a complete edition. And from what it looked like in the trailer, it did look like it did take some downgrades, which was kind of to be expected. But it is still nice to have the actual complete edition, everything there, and it's ready to go for when people want to play it. Hollow Knight Silk Song is also coming. They had like a little mini trailer for it there. This is one I'm actually excited for. Is Daemon X Machina. It looks pretty cool. I've always been a fan of just general mech games. I know I've definitely been a fan of something like, like this is a little bit slower paces. Not Front Mission, but Mech Assault. There you go. Way back in the day, Mech Assault was also always pretty fun. But they also had Armored Core. That's what one I was mainly trying to think of. Armored Core. That seems like it's definitely something similar to it. It's more of a different style, different aesthetic to it. But it definitely looks pretty cool. It has that nice fast-paced mech action, but also the customization. I really love the customization, especially in Armored Core. It was just ridiculous what you could do in that game. This one looks something similar to it. And that's definitely one I am looking forward to playing myself. They also did say it was coming out in September 12th, so it's also nice. They did also show off a little bit more of, they showed that there is another Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, of course. They had that one. They announced the Last Remnant remaster coming to the Switch, which is also pretty cool. Actually, it's pretty cool that they kind of ended up showing that and gave us a little bit of a trailer. And so, Contra Anniversary Collection is also coming. They ended up now announcing that one with, I do believe it was, it's actually maybe down here a little bit further, which I don't know why. There it is. Contra Rogue Corps. They announced those two about the same time, sort of. I'm not really sure how I feel about that one, honestly. It looks like it might be kind of interesting, but we'll see how that goes. But they did announce that they did announce the Contra Anniversary Collection coming to Switch along with that there. Dauntless is coming as well sometime this fall. They did have a little bit of a... Resident Evil had like a little bit of a showing. They showed some kind of... it was basically just an announcement that they were coming here, Resident Evil 5 and 6. I know 6 gets a lot of hate in that general, but I actually somewhat enjoyed it, especially for the co-op side of it. It was pretty fun. I remember I actually played the entire game with my friend online. It was fun, but we had a nice little time going through there just playing the co-op and that. Dead by Daylight, Empire of Sin. They also revealed and showed off a little bit of the Panzer Dragoon remake. That was also pretty cool. Another thing is Dark Crystal Age of Resistance Tactics. That was interesting. Personally, I wasn't really expecting that to be there, but it's also being made by in collaboration with Netflix, and it's kind of a little bit of a tie-in, bringing back the Dark Crystal there. So it seemed pretty cool. There. Red, but also Trials of Mana. They showed off Trials of Mana and the Collection of Mana as well. They announced both of those coming to Switch. That is available today, the Collection of Mana. And they also announced the Trials of Mana, sort of a remake or remaster on that one. I haven't played either of these, honestly. That one seems like it's a good time for me to sort of jump in, just to get the Collection of Mana and see, how, I guess, see what all the excitement is and how much fun it is for me, myself in general. I just have a personal problem with RPGs in general, and being the fact that it's not that they're not any good, it's just that they're actually really good. It's just they end up being really long, And like I said, my attention span is sort of, I eventually start moving on to something else, unfortunately. Yes, but there are very few RPGs that I have actually really finished. Some of them being Dark Souls, of course, and Dragon's Dogma. So, but it's still pretty cool to see that on there. The new Super Lucky's Tale is also coming. They also showed off a little bit of Wolfenstein, announced that it was coming to the Switch. Or actually, we kind of knew that. It was sort of showed off some gameplay for it there. There's Contra, of course, and then the Elder Scrolls Blades. We also showed that in they pretty much mentioned that in the, I do believe the Bethesda conference. They also mentioned that. And also pretty cool that you can start it on, if you start playing it now on your mobile, you can carry over your save to the Switch and vice versa, that type of thing. So it seems pretty cool. Then Ukulele is also going to be there, but that was pretty much all I have for now. I don't know. I'm sure I'm definitely missing something in general, but overall, I think they had a nice E3 showing. Like I said earlier, it's honestly, I think it was probably one of the better ones, if not, the best one in general. I'm probably going to make it a little bit of more of a video, possibly tomorrow, kind of giving my overall thoughts of between them and the Xbox conference as well, just to kind of see which kind of comparing the two and seeing which one I liked, explain which one I did like better, and kind of who I thought was a big, come out, who kind of won this E3 for this year. But that's all I have for today. If anybody liked this video, then a like would be appreciated, of course. If not, then that is perfectly fine. If you do like this content and some of the other ones that I do put up, hit the subscribe button. If not, that is also okay. Hope everybody has a blessed day, has a blessed evening, and I will see you guys later. Bye.